Good morning, everyone. Today, I will be your teacher in mathematics. My name is Teacher Julie Ann. Again, what is my name? Teacher? Very good. Teacher Julie Ann.
Let us start, students. Mathematics, Unit number 1. Numbers. The topics included numbers. Number 1, whole numbers. 2, natural numbers. 3, even numbers. And lastly, number 4, odd numbers. Words to learn. These are the words to learn and also vocabulary words. Now, let us read one by one. Repeat after me. Number 1, addition. Again, addition. Great. Digit. Digit. Good. Expanded notation. Expanded notation. Inequalities. Inequalities. Great. Mathematical sentence. Mathematical sentence. Good. Next, multiplication. Multiplication. Excellent, students. Next, numbers. Numbers. Right. Rounding up. Rounding off. Good. Ascending order. Again, ascending order. Good. Next, descending order. Descending order. The first one is ascending order, and this is descending order. Descending order. Okay. Let us identify the natural numbers. Firstly, understanding the concept of basic counting. Again, basic counting. Consider the scores if I ask you to count them. Have you started counting? Well, you start counting from 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Similarly, consider this football and let me again ask you to count them. You will start again from 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. For these two examples, we learn it, we start counting from 1. Let me repeat it. We start basic counting from 1. And mathematics, we called all these numbers as natural numbers. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on are all natural numbers because we use them for basic counting. The set of natural numbers is denoted by n is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Let's remember that all basic counting are called natural numbers. No, why 0 is not a natural number? Well, consider these bicycles. Let me again ask you to count them. If you start counting these bicycles is 0, 1, 2, 3. We all know that this is the wrong method of counting. We do not start counting from 0. We start counting from 1, 2, 3, 4. So, there are 4 bicycles, not 3 bicycles. For this example, we learned it, we do not need to use 0 for a basic counting. Therefore, it is not included in the setup of natural numbers. While writing the set of natural numbers, n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Therefore, 0 are kicked out from the set of natural numbers. Finally, let us teach you what the number are not natural numbers. Well, the answer are very simple. All negative integers are not natural numbers like -2, -9, and -20. In addition to, all decimal number are not natural numbers like 2.5, 3.9, and 8.7. Thirdly, all fractions are numbers of p by q form are not a natural number like 2/3 and 1/6. If you think why all these numbers are not natural numbers, and the answer is we do not use them for basic counting purposes. For example, we do not say -2, 2.5, and 2/3 cars. To summarize the lectures, we learn it. We start basic counting from 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And these are the numbers are called natural number. Secondly, we learn it the 0 is not a natural number because we do not use 0 for basic counting. Thirdly, we learn it all negative integers like -2 and the decimals 2.5 and fractions like 1/6 are not a natural numbers. Now, let's proceed to whole numbers. The whole numbers. Let us identify the whole number. We know in our daily life we do different types of counting. For example, we count the number of cars, the number of bicycles, the number of footballs, and the number of cups. While counting all these objects, we use different counting numbers like 3 cars, 4 bicycles, 8 footballs, and 12 cups. Remember that these are the counting number. It means that we use this for basic counting purposes. 3, 4, 8, and 12 are basic counting. Whole numbers. Define whole numbers. Well, all the basic counting numbers including 0 are called whole number. Let me repeat it. All the basic counting numbers including 0 are whole number. The set of whole number denoted by W, it contains all numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Whole number include natural numbers that begin 1. Secondly, whole numbers are also include all positive integers along with 0. Thirdly, all positive number in line are all whole numbers like 0, 5, and +6. Now, let me teach you some examples of whole numbers. 0 is a whole number. 13 is a whole number. 988 is also a whole number. Now, what are not whole numbers? Well, all the negative numbers like -3 and -20 are not whole numbers. Secondly, decimal numbers are not whole numbers, such as 3.6 and 8.9. Next, fractions. P by Q form, fractions are not whole numbers such as 2/3 and 1/6. The important concept of whole number. Question number 1. Which is the smallest whole number? The answer is 0. And there is no predecessor that comes before 0. Let me repeat it. This important statement, there is no predecessor that comes before 0. Second question is, which is the largest whole number? The answer is no largest whole number. The next questions are, can whole number be negative, and the answer is no. Next, can natural numbers is a whole number? Yes. The answer is yes, very good.
Even and odd numbers. If we have two counters, we can evenly divide them on two groups. Or we can say split them in half. We call the number 2 an even number because we can evenly divide two objects in half. What about the number 4? It is also even because if we have 4 counters, we can evenly split them on two groups. What about the number 1? Well, if we have one counter, we can't evenly split it on two groups. We will give one counter to one group and then have no counters left. So 1 is not an even number. It is called an odd number because we can't split it in half or share it among two groups. Similarly, the number 3 is also odd because we can give one counter to both groups, but we will have one counter left that we can't evenly split among the two groups. The same happens for any odd number, where we will always end up with one counter left that we can't evenly split. For example, here we try to split 5 and 7 counters. And we end up with one counter that we can't evenly split. Notice that the numbers 6 and 8 are even numbers. As you can see here, we can split these numbers in half. Let's summarize. The numbers 1, 3, 5, and 7 are odd numbers. We can't split them equally in half. And the numbers 2, 4, 6, and 8 are even numbers because we can split them evenly in half. In this lesson, you learned about even and odd numbers.
Now, let us proceed to quiz time. Quiz time. Okay, now let us check if you learned something to our discussion. Write yes if the numbers are whole number. No if not a whole numbers. Example, in letter A, 55.48 is what? 12.50, 20.35. These three numbers are, what is the answer? Not a whole numbers. That is why the answer is 0. Now, answer number 1. 27, 32, 44. What is the answer? Yes or no? Write your answer. Next, number 2. 2.32, 37.2, 8.15 are whole numbers or not a whole numbers? Write yes or no. Are you finished? Okay, now let us answer number 3. 1 over 2 or 1/2, 1 over 4 or 1/4, and 1 over 8 or 1/8 are the fractions. Now, what is the answer? Yes or no? If your answer is yes, these are the whole numbers. And if your answer is no, this is not a whole number. Okay, finish? Next, number 4. 0, 36, 49, 891 are yes or no? Whole number or not? Okay, write your answer. Next, number 5. Negative 28, negative 314, negative 101 are whole number or not a whole numbers? Remember, all negative numbers are whole numbers or not a whole numbers. Write yes or no. Are you done? Great. Now, from 6 to 10, identifying numbers. Write even numbers or odd numbers. Example, A, 77 is equals to, what is the answer? Odd numbers, because 7 and 7, 77 cannot be divisible by 2. Now, let us answer number 6. 522. Odd or even numbers? Write your answer. Number 7. 289. Even or odd numbers? Next. Number 8. 678 are? Okay. Number 9. 420 are even or odd number? Very good. Number 10. 999 can be divided by 2. Okay, write your answer. Even or odd numbers. Now, finish? Great. Questions and answers. Let us check if you got the perfect score. Okay, this is the answer. 27, number 1, 32, and 44 are, what is the answer? Yes, there are whole number. Number 2, 2.32, 37.2, 8.15, all decimal numbers are not a whole numbers. That's why the answer is no. Number 3, 1/2, 1/4, 1/8 are not a whole numbers. The answer is no. Number 4, 0, 36, 49, 891. The answer is yes, because they are whole number. Number 5, negative 28, negative 314, negative 101. The answer is no, because remember, all negative numbers are not a whole number. That's why the answer is no. Now, identifying numbers, even and odd number. Okay, let us check your answer. Number 6, 522. The answer is even number. Number 7, 289, odd number. Number 8, 678 are even number. 420 is also even number. Remember, even number can be divided by into half, or it can be divisible by 2. Lastly, the number 10. 999 is odd number. Why? Because the last number is 9. And the answer is you cannot be divided by into half, or you cannot be divided by into 2. That is why the answer is odd number. Now, count your correct answer and let us check if you got a perfect score or if you got the highest number of correct answer. Okay. Are you done? Great. Now, I hope you enjoy this video and you learn new things about numbers. And now let us summarize the discussion. Remember, whole numbers, 0 plus natural numbers are whole numbers. Number 2, natural numbers or basic counting numbers is included. N, denoted by N, is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and so on. The natural numbers begins with number 1. Even numbers. Even numbers, numbers which are divisible by 2, such as 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. They can divided by 2. They can divided by into half. Great. Now, what is odd numbers? Numbers which are not divisible by 2, such as 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11, and so on. They cannot be divided by into 2. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for listening. See you again next time.
That's it for today's video. See you again next time. Have a good day.